Big headline to start. Meta is reportedly planning cuts of up to 30% to its Metaverse spending as it firms up its 2026 budget. Reality Labs, Quest headsets, and Horizon Worlds are on the chopping block, and investors actually cheered the news.
Right. The company has been burning cash for Reality Labs for years, and sources say leadership is rebalancing toward AI and more practical hardware like AR glasses. That doesn't mean the Metaverse is dead for Meta. It's more of a tactical pullback than an abandonment.
So what does that mean for the teams and products? Are we looking at layoffs and slower innovation, or just a tighter focus?
Probably both. Reports point to potential job cuts, possibly as early as January, and deeper than average budget reductions for the VR and virtual world groups. We'll see fewer moonshots and more investment where the company thinks it can get near-term returns, like generative AI and wearable prototypes. For consumers, expect slower Horizon Worlds development and maybe fewer Quest hardware updates in the short term.
Investors liked the move, huh?
They did. Meta shares rose after the story. Wall Street tends to reward firms that cut perceived cash drains. Reality Labs has posted multi-billion-dollar losses. But long-term believers in immersive virtual worlds aren't giving up yet. And Zuckerberg has signaled he still sees that future, just on a longer timeline.
All right, from corporate budgeting to regulation next. This week, the UK regulator made a big call. Ofcom hit an adult site operator with a hefty penalty. £1 million for inadequate age verification across 18 websites, plus an extra £50,000 for failing to respond to regulator queries. They've been given 72 hours to fix it or face daily fines.
That's the largest penalty so far under the Online Safety Act. Ofcom's taken the rules seriously. Approved verification methods include credit card checks, photo ID matching, and even selfie-based age estimates. The regulator wants to close the gap that lets under 18 slip through.
There's always a balance between safety and privacy. How realistic are these fixes, and what are the trade-offs?
Technically, they're doable, but they raise privacy and UX issues. Strong checks can deter casual visitors, push users to VPNs or fake IDs, and create friction for adults. There's also enforcement complexity. Some sites simply ignored Ofcom's questions, which is why the additional fine was levied. The bigger point is that regulators in the UK and elsewhere are willing to impose serious penalties to force compliance, which could change how adult and borderline sites handle identity verification.
It's a fast-moving enforcement environment. Speaking of regulation, Brussels also opened an investigation this week.
The European Commission has opened a formal antitrust probe into Meta over changes to WhatsApp's AI and business terms. Regulators worry those rules could block rival chatbots and hurt competition.
Exactly. The probe follows October's terms update, after which major AI providers reportedly pulled chatbots from WhatsApp. Brussels is concerned about interoperability and whether Meta's rules foreclose third-party AI on a platform with massive reach.
If the EU finds anti-competitive behavior, what could happen?
Remedies range from requirements to change business terms to enforceable interoperability obligations or fines if misconduct is proven. The Commission is often wary of irreversible effects in digital markets, so they act quickly to prevent irreparable harm to competitors. For Meta, the reputational and operational stakes are high. And for the wider AI ecosystem, this probe could set precedents on platform access and ecosystem openness. So more legal scrutiny for big platform decisions. Meanwhile, back in the US, visa rules are getting a tech-flavored update.
New guidance from the State Department asks consular officers to scrutinize H-1B applicants' work histories and online footprints, especially if they've been involved in content moderation, fact-checking, or online safety. Some reporting even says profiles like LinkedIn could be reviewed.
That's right. The memo frames certain roles as potential censorship and suggests consular officers should probe employment histories and family connections. In practice, that could make candidates and their dependents ineligible if officials judge their past work to have suppressed protected expression.
That's a big policy shift. What are the likely impacts on hiring and the tech workforce?
It could chill hiring for moderation and safety roles, push companies to reconsider global staffing, and complicate recruiting from abroad. There are civil liberties concerns, too. Critics argue the guidance politicizes visa adjudication and could deter experts from taking important safety jobs, On the flip side, proponents say it prevents foreign actors from enforcing restrictive speech policies in the U.S. It's going to be a contentious debate with real talent implications.
From policy headaches to something more fun, there's a new drone on the market.
Finally, a gadget story, Antigravity's A1 drone, 360-degree 8K capture with FPV goggles and a motion controller, is now available in the U.S., priced from $1,599. It's being positioned as an alternative while DJI faces import complications.
It's an interesting entry. Dual cameras give you true 360 capture, and software lets you remove the drone from the shot so you can reframe after the fact. A creative dream. The kit includes goggles and a motion controller for immersive flying, and the whole craft is just 249 grams, which helps in some regulatory regimes.
Who is this really for? Prosumer filmmakers, hobbyists, or the gadget obsessed?
Mostly prosumers and creators who value the 360 editing workflow and immersive FPV experience. The price and learning curve put off casual buyers, and early reviewers note firmware teething issues. Still, with DJI constrained, the A1 could find a niche among creators who want flexible post-capture framing and cinematic possibilities.
Looks like a neat tool for storytelling, and with that, we'll wrap up. Thanks for walking through the week's headlines.
My pleasure. Tune in next time for more tech news, fewer multi-billion-dollar burn rates, hopefully, and maybe another funky drone.
The preceding audio summary was created at jesterengine.com, where you can find and verify the original sources.